If you're a little annoyed by the Google algorithm and you're sick of paying for marketing agencies to try to fix it for you and they're not doing it or just seems way too expensive, take a look here. We're going to go through a few things that are, on the one hand, pretty dang simple to do. However, there's a number of AI assisted tools we use that can really speed things up. So we're just going to type in landscaper. Um, and we'll see who pops up. Maybe we'll pick someone middle of the country. Um, it is always interesting from a national perspective, what ends up popping up. Let's see what we got here. Maybe around the Kansas City area. So we've got a few people that pop up. Um, Part of the reason they pop up is their SEO. There's a whole lot of things related to their website, etc. Let's click over here to Brummel Lawn and Landscape LLC. Let's take a look here. We got 84 reviews total, a total of 4.9. Not too bad. Um, seeing that they close at 4, let's just take a peek at the next landscaper. One way to get more calls is by increasing the hours you are available. So Google will stop sending any leads over to this person at 4 p.m. and they'll send them over to this other landscaper, Trey's Landscape, Lawn and Landscape, because they're open an additional 5 hours longer. Now, not open on Saturday, Sunday. This person is shooting themselves in the foot in terms of getting business. With one of the services we have, it's an AI missed call conversation. And so people can literally call your number 24/7. As a young dad myself, or a dad with young kids, I should say, sometimes I get a hankering just to get things done at 9 o'clock or midnight. And guess what? If you aren't available, that means you're turning off the opportunity for business. So the other interesting thing here is let's zoom in a little closer and let's locate a couple of other examples. So you got the hours, that is an issue. So now we're stepping down to a few others. So as you see this whole list here, right? So generally top of the list, either you pay to get there or your search results and your business digital footprint speaks for itself. So 255 reviews, 4.8. Tell you what, if I'm looking for someone to not mess up my next yard project, I'm gonna go call Mears Lawn and Landscape. And when I call them up, oh, look at that. They've got, they're still closed Saturday, Sunday. And um, what else kind of sticks out for me here? Um, a handful of photos. If you don't upload regular photos, Google does downgrade. And if you upload old photos, Google also knows that that's an old video or old image. So it doesn't give you the SEO, search engine optimization bump. Um, and then in terms of reviews, oh, look at this. We've got some 1, 2, 3 star. I'm not going to pull them up just for, um, you know, don't need to rub anybody's nose through because unfortunately, there are either some negative people out there or hate to say it, there are some competitors that leave terrible reviews for their competition. So anybody that's got these 1, 2, 3, 4, so look at this. They would essentially have a 4.9 or a full-on 5.0 rating. 5.0 ratings can be a little suspect, so 4.8 is not terrible. But if you have any reviews under 4, I would petition those. And also, it doesn't look like they are actually responding to any of their reviews. So if you respond to a review, again, we have an AI agent that will respond in a thoughtful manner, thanking them for their review. And when you are responding to every single review, in this case, there's 255. So I'm guessing they make more money doing landscape projects, not manually responding to every single review. And when you respond within 24 hours, it actually bumps up your numbers. So they got a website, they got their phone number here. I don't know without running our other marketing report if it's text enabled, but if you don't have a text enabled number, it's 2025. You're turning off a huge portion of the population that would interact with you if they knew they didn't actually have to talk to you because they just want to shoot out quick text, move on with their day. So let's go down the list here. So, okay, so 32 reviews. I can't tell you how many landscapers and contractors I talked with that have been in business for 20, 30, even 40 years, and they have fewer reviews than they've been years in business. Oftentimes they have two, three, 400 clients they've serviced in the last year or two. Over their many years, could be in the thousands. How on earth do you only have 32 reviews? That's just dandy. You've got a 4.7 rating, mostly 5 stars. Again, a couple of knuckleheads gave you some terrible reviews. A, petition those. B, if you're too busy, have us do it. Give us a shout. Best company in town. I'll be a customers for life. Clearly, great organization. My dad's a carpenter, and if he had this back in the 80s and 90s, it would have made sales way more enjoyable for him. He loved, doing the actual carpentry, talking with his clients, and but the marketing aspect, not his big forte. And so, if that is you, hey, give us a shout. Um, and so, as you go down the list here, you start to find folks that, how funny is this, right? So just because you have a number of reviews doesn't mean you're top of the list. And so another thing that comes up from a Google Map perspective is just having the reviews doesn't check the box. So again, you're still closed Saturday, Sunday. You're shutting yourself off to a whole host of potential clients. They've got a couple of 1-star reviews. Again, hey, somebody might have forgotten to water their grass after Horizon installed it. Is it Horizon's fault you didn't water your grass? Maybe Horizon should have included a service package, which it's one thing that we have built into our back end system that makes invoicing and keeping clients and upselling clients a breeze. So then you know that A, installing a lawn, a landscape, trees, blueberry bushes, edible ideally from my perspective. Um, that takes some maintenance. What a concept. And if you know that person is not going to do it, don't do the project. Or even better yet, sell them on the maintenance package. So as you go out, you trim the lawn, you leaf blow, tidy things up. You're also checking the wa moisture. And if you add some permaculture aspects to it, you're mulching, doing some different things, that can provide extra value, fewer weeds coming up. So anyways, a few different things here. And then, I see they've got some wheelchair accessibility. That's great. This is pretty skimpy. So this is probably one of the reasons why this company is showing up, not as high as they could in the search ratings. So then as we get lower in the list, we're seeing fewer reviews and fewer reviews. And we're seeing companies that some of them don't have any pictures. Well, they've got a couple of pictures here. They got a website listed. It's astonishing that here in 2025, how many companies don't have a website or even have claimed their Google business profile. So if you're already on here and you're listening to this, I imagine you've probably claimed your Google business profile, but that's just one of about 40 things that we fix and we update regularly in our audit. Oh, and then by the way, we get you on about 80 plus different directories so that you get all those nice backlinks. So as you can kind of see through here, right? So again, 1950 ratings, that tells me a couple things. It's 19 of their, maybe a handful of great clients, and then let's face it, might be some family and friends over here. They're leaving 5.0 reviews. A 4.8 or a 4.9 is more believable than a 5.0. As much as who doesn't like to have a perfect rating, you gotta be realistic. Um, Hopefully a few of these things are helpful. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be doing these types of videos nearly daily, even a couple a day for a few topics that we're just constantly getting questions from contractors, from small businesses that wonder, why is my web presence just, why am I not showing up? Do I have to pay for Google Ads or other? Nah, let's not start with anything paid. Let's fix the things that we can do, because there's no sense in paying for traffic, paying for leads when you have a lot of gaps, you have fewer views. You want to, your digital reputation should reflect the confidence people have when you walk in the room, when you come to their property, right? Just a couple other fun things to remind. Don't spit on your client's lawn. I see too many contractors that have lost jobs because they take a loogie on their client's yard as they get out of their truck. Um, Take your shoes off, even if they say keep them on, unless they're absolutely right. Take your boots off. Show up ready to go. We've got some AI software in terms of property layouts, and so there's some pretty whiz-bang stuff we can help you do to map out what a new patio could look like, what an edible forest, adding in trees, different edible plants, and then as you get out west, a little less green, you start to look at more of a fire-prone area. So certainly, anywhere that's experienced fire, this is top of mind for you. So you want to have a landscaper that knows drought-resistant landscaping methods, and both drought-resistant and fire resistant. So these are all keywords that you can put in here. So I keep getting some email dings from a couple of clients that I talked to earlier today. So I'm going to get back to it. I hope this video was helpful, and um, we'll see you on the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, you're going to see regular videos like this, just kind of blocking and tackling things you can do to level up your game, and then bring us in for some more whiz bang. Or if this is kind of below your pay grade, and you just want to get this thing done, give us a shout. Love to see what we can do, how fast we can turn you on here. And typically in about 1 to 2 weeks, we get clients ramped up in terms of their profiles. If you like this video, hey, the best way to thank me is as a quick like. That's a little bit of a conversation, right? So it's not just a one-way street. So appreciate you. We'll talk soon. See you on the next video.